Hello everyone, Ziljin here with another episode of Let's Talk About Things. This is gonna be talking about movies again, but this time not a specific movie, but the genre comedies, because I I would say comedy is my favorite genre of movie, but I actually like a lot of types of different kinds of movies, so I don't know if I do have a favorite, but I guess I'm most interested in comedy, so I can kind of say, yeah, comedies are my favorite genre of movie. But obviously, a lot of movies are not just one genre. You know, there's like action comedies, like action. I mean, comedy dramas, like dark dramas, and like all sorts of. Dark comedies and all that stuff. Action comedies, like fantasy comedy, and like all sorts of stuff, like stoner comedy and all that stuff. Yeah. Political comedies and etc. But yeah, definitely I think I enjoy comedies the most. Like the only time I don't enjoy comedy is probably like in a war kind of movie. Then that's like the kind of movie I want to just watch, pure pure action, but also drama. So usually action, usually I guess, so the trifecta is like usually comedy, drama, and action. Those are like my main things I like, right? Yeah, because like, well, superhero movies, comic book movies usually have like all three. They got the comedy, they got the jokes, the quips, the one-liners, and they got the drama, the dramatic moments, the feels, the parts that makes you want to cry, and the parts that make you do cry, and also the action, the fighting, the armies, and the battles, and etc. But I'm just gonna try to focus on like regular comedies, I guess. But mostly the comedies that I usually like the most are the ones that make me cry. I don't know. It's like two different feelings into one. Makes me laugh and laugh and laugh. It's so happy, and then oh no, that was so tragic. That was so sad. Yeah. So definitely, like, there's also different medias. There's the movies, but also TV shows. There's lots of actually TV shows, but so I guess I said it's gonna be about movies, but I guess just comedies in general. Yeah. So I mean, I do have a list, so I can sort of remember of the movies that made me laugh and made me cry. Wait, yeah, that's it. Exactly it. So there's no particular order. So yeah. So there's Meet the Robinsons, and as always, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. There's gonna be massive amounts of spoilers. Yeah, Meet the Robinsons. Like, it's about a movie about a kid who travels into the future. He's basically he's kidnapped by by some dude in the future because he invented a time machine. So he's a genius. So like that dude is like, yo, help me fix the time machine that I just broke. Right. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of confusing when you think about it. I mean, I don't remember the exact details of the movie. Yeah, like always, like I forget details and stuff over time. But yeah. So basically, he's an orphan. He's got no family, and then he goes in the future. He bonds with this kid's family, and then like eventually they ask him about his parents and stuff, and then he's like, oh, I'm an orphan and stuff, and then like they have fun, lots of bonding time, and they're like, hey, yo, we can adopt you, we can like have you as our family. And then the kid Robinson, wait, no, Robinsons are the future family, and then the kid, what the hell is the kid's name anyway? The kid is like, oh yay. And then the guy, the teenager who, you know, traveled back in time and kidnapped him into the future, explains to the family that, oh wait, we can't because that's actually dad from the past. Yeah, well, they obviously don't explain that. They just say, oh, I'm sorry, you have to go, we can't adopt you. Like, yeah. And then the kid's crying and stuff like, no, nobody wants me. But then they reveal what happened, why, because he's the freaking dad from the future. Yeah. So basically, this movie is mostly time travel and comedy, and then it's animated. It's CGI. Yeah. So and then, right. I remember now. The deal was help him fix the time traveling machine, and he can go back in time and stop his mom from giving him up, from being adopted. You know, from being orphaned. from becoming an orphan. Yeah. So lots of funny stuff, and in the end, he does meet himself, his future self, and it's yeah, and then yeah, he was able to fix the freaking machine, and then he went back into time, and then saw his adopted mom, and then he doesn't do anything. He goes out, he's about to like tap on the shoulder or something, but he goes back to the ship, and then the kid's like, what? Why? What happened? You didn't want to like tell your mom like, don't give you up for adoption, and then like, don't you want your family? And then he's like, I mean, he's basically, you guys are my family. I will have a family. I do have a family, etc. Yeah, because he's gonna meet his future wife, and his parents-in-law, and etc. Yeah, and he does exactly do that in the school fair, like at the very end of the movie. So it wraps everything up nice and neatly. Yeah. But if you haven't watched the movie, definitely watch the movie. My description is awful. It definitely does not match up. Yeah. Up. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I did like that the beginning montage would hit the married couple, and then she's dead. Okay. Yeah, and he's all alone and decrepit and elderly, and then the rest of the movie I wasn't really care about that much, but it's on my list because it did make me cry in the montage. Toy Story 3, one of the big ones. Yeah, if you'll notice, a lot of these are freaking animated movies. Toy Story 3, like, a lot of people cry during, like, when they're all about to die, but I don't know. I don't remember crying about that part, but what really made me cry is when Andy gives away his toys to the little girl, because, like, it parallels to his mom. It's like, oh, you're grown up now, I have to let you go to college and stuff like that, like, and then, but you'll always be in my heart and stuff, like, just like Dad. They never mentioned that. Wait, did they mention that? I don't know. But basically, you're all grown up, I have to let you go. And then Andy's, like, thinking about his toys. I have to let them go. Even though they're, like, toys, they're not fictional people, you know? I mean, the fictional toys, animated toys, they're not real people, at least not as far as he knows. As far as he knows, he's just a bunch of toys. He has to let them go. And then, but he wants to keep Woody, because that's his favorite toy of all time. And then he goes, brings all the toys to donate to the little girl, and then at the, like, he's handing out all the toys, explaining, like, how, like all the great things about the toys. And then the last one is Woody. Woody himself went inside to the box to be donated to the little girl. Yeah. I'll try not, yeah. So basically, in a sense, Woody's like, I'm learning to let you go, Andy. You're all grown up. It's like paralleling the mom. The mom is letting Andy go off to college, all grown up. Always be in the heart, in the memories. And then Woody's doing the same to Andy, even though Andy doesn't realize Woody's a real person. But basically, it's like the parallel between, you know, the mom letting Andy grow up and move on. Woody letting Andy grow up and move on with his life. But all the memories, all the fun times, everything is gonna be in the heart, in the memory, like exact in the brain, and etc. It'll never be gone. And Woody will remember him forever, Andy, and Andy will also have a place in his heart for Woody, at least until he dies. But yeah, so yeah, that part definitely made me sad, because like both Andy and Woody letting each other go, as if they were like father and son. I mean, I guess Woody is supposed to be like father figure, right? Yeah. And then there's Inside Out, almost the same thing, where, like, you know, the imaginary pal, Bing Bong, he lets the little girl go, cause that, like, what was it, Joy? Yeah, the joy, the emotion. She's trying to escape and stuff, or escape the graveyard, and they're running on imagination power. Or the cart or whatever is trying to escape and lift off into the area, into the land, away from the freaking the graveyard. And then the Bing Bong dude is like, finally, like, I can let her go, because at first he's like, oh, I have to, like, you know, I have to make her remember me and all that stuff, and then he ends up sacrificing himself because she's all grown up now. He has to let her go. But that's also really messed up because basically she's never gonna remember him ever again. Since he's an imaginary friend. But yeah, he self-sacrificed himself. Yeah. Let the joy escape and go off into the brain or whatever. Like, yeah. And also at the end, where like the whole family's crying and having memories and sharing memories and all that stuff. That was pretty sad too. Yeah. And then when it comes to TV shows, cartoons, more cartoons, Futurama, yo, like I'm pretty sure I covered this in depth in my Futurama DVD video before. But yeah, let's see if do I have the list of episodes? Hell yeah, I do. So I'm just gonna briefly discuss them. There's Jurassic Bark. Fry decides. Wait. Yeah, let me just little teensy backstory, but basically, Fry finds a fossil dog. If you haven't watched the cartoon, Fry is from the year 2000. He gets frozen into a cryogenic tube and gets transported 1,000 years into the future, year 3000. So he's living his life now. All his family is dead. Everything is dead. One episode reveals he finds the fossil of his dead dog, and then the professor, he said, like, I can revive him. And there's all these flashbacks of him and the dog bonding and how they met and stuff like that, and the dog trying to like rescue Fry from the cryogenic tube. But like the parents don't even care because they're like oh, it's Y2K, I'm tired, I'm sick, and from baloney and stuff like that. Basically the family doesn't really give a crap. He's gone, like don't really put any effort into finding him. Seymour's trying to find him and stuff, the dog. And then the machine does a preliminary analysis on the fossil and is like, oh, he lived till 15 years old. He died of old age. And then Fry's like takes a hammer, dramatically smashing the machine. He's like, no, I don't want to revive Seymour anymore. Like I had Seymour when he was 3 years old. He lived a full 12 years without me. He probably forgot about me. He moved on with his life. That's what Fry's saying. And then it shows the flashback. Seymour's waiting every single day in front of the Panucci's pizza shop. Every day he's waiting for Fry to return. I'm watching it and I'm like, no, Fry, you freaking idiot. Like, even though he doesn't know that the Seymour the dog was waiting for him every day until he died, but still, he's your dog, man. You got a second chance to live with him, to bond with him. Just revive him. I just don't understand why he would just let it go. Yeah. I mean, maybe it is selfish to bring the dog back to life. But still, it's your dog, man. You wanted to bring him back. Just because he lived another 12 years, that doesn't change anything, Honestly, if I was Fry, I would have revived the dog. Because the dog is not like a person where you might think like, oh, like my wife thought I was dead. She moved on or whatever. Like she probably got married or like something like that. Then yeah, I guess you might not want to like revive her, clone her or something. But I don't know. Yeah, but like a dog is the dog is innocent. It's not as complicated as human. I mean, even if he did move on, the dog did move on, I'm sure he would be glad to see you again, Fry, you freaking idiot. Yeah. Okay, that's enough about the dog. Definitely. So, yeah, I've watched that episode dozens of times. Still makes me cry every time. Just right now, just thinking about it, completely makes me break down. Yeah. And then the other episodes, there's also Luck of the Fryish. Also another flashback heavy time travel plot thing where his entire life, Fry's brother is always bullying him and trying to steal his thunder. And like he just hates his brother, and then like he saw like he visited his brother's grave, like, and it says like Philip J. Fry. I mean, not wait. Does it say Philip J. Fry, but Philip Fry? But basically saying like, "Oh my God, brother! Like stealing all my thunder, stealing my like lucky 7-leaf clover." That's actually the main plot of the story. Finding that super lucky clover, and like you're stolen everything from me. And then, like after in the end, he was able to find the grave. Wait, yeah, he was able to find the grave. He was able to find the grave and then find the 7-leaf clover, but then brushed the very end of the tombstone and it said Philip, I forgot it's Philip Fry or Philip J. Fry, but it's basically saying named after his beloved uncle. So it shows the flashbacks. He did become rich and famous because of the 7-leaf clover. And then when his wife, he met a supermodel or something, and then she got pregnant, and then he wanted to name his son after his brother. God damn it. So I guess that one also still makes me cry, even just thinking about it. Yeah, so it turns out his brother... God damn it. Turns out his brother really, really loved him just as well. Like, he kept on thinking his brother hated him, but it turns out his brother loved him. Yeah, so that's another favorite episode of mine, because it's really funny, and then like makes you want to hate the brother, like, oh man, that brother stolen everything from him, had a good life, and even stole his name, and then it turns out no, it didn't. That's his son. That's Fry's nephew. Well, I guess. Like after Fry disappeared, I guess Nancy, that's his name, right? Nancy finally like realized how much he missed his brother, maybe, or maybe all the time he was just tough love. Like maybe he was bullying him, but like he didn't hate Fry. He didn't hate Philip. He just, I don't know, loved him in his own way, tough love, or just like when he was really gone, he realized how much he loved him, etc. Yeah. So he named his son after him. Yeah. So that's another thing, like Seymour twist ending. And then there's the Sting, also another super sad episode and super funny. Basically they're trying to find like these space bee honey, and then they go to the honeycomb, the honeycomb, is it the hive, the beehive, the space beehive, and basically Bender, like an ignoramus, insulted the queen, so all the bees attacked them, and then they were able to escape with a queen bee, like, so they can make even more honey, and then the freaking queen bee, the larva, ended up stinging Leela and Fry. And yeah, so basically, spoilers I mentioned already, but basically at the beginning, basically, okay, I just said basically like 5 times, but yeah, so Fry gets killed by the bee sting, and Leela has just like a minor injury, because she just got stung a little bit, while he got stung right through his stomach, and it stung her, and then she keeps on having these dreams. She's talking to her and telling her to wake up, and telling her it's okay and all that stuff, and then she's going crazy, and then she's about to take some space honey, saying 3 drops will make you slip into a unrecoverable coma, like you'll sleep forever and ever. Like the space honey helps you, sleep better. For like first spoon makes you sleep a little sleepy, and then the second spoon gives you a really great sleep, and then the third spoonful makes you sleep forever, slip into a coma, and you'll basically brain dead. Yeah, so by the end of the episode, she's having another psychotic attack. I mean, not psychotic attack, another hallucination. And Fry's like, just wake up. And like, Leela's like, I don't know what to do. And then Fry's like, just wake up, Leela, just wake up. And then it shows the big reveal, the twist. It was actually all a dream. Leela wakes up to Fry crying at her side, telling her to just wake up. Yeah, so not as emotional as the other ones because I didn't break down into tears. Yeah, but still pretty sad. Yeah, basically, the reveal is Leela was sick the entire time because she got stung a little bit, but that's where all the poison went. Fry just got like a few organs replaced. Yeah, pretty silly if you think about it. So yeah, that ending also made me cry when I watched it. I guess it's not as sad as the Jurassic Park and the Luck of the Fryish. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that one was also super sad, and also another twist ending. Pretty much all the episodes, like all the moments in Futurama, like that's really sad is the ones with the twist endings. Yeah, and then there's the freaking movie. I mean, it's way too long to explain, but basically, Fry loves Leela. He's always been loving Leela, and then but Leela meets a new guy, Lars, and then there's like, of course, more time travel. Almost all the sad ones is twist endings and like time travel. Yeah, and then it's time traveling evolved, time traveling paradox clones and all that stuff. But basically, long story short, it's like it's revealed. Oh wait, I mean, just before a little preface. Basically, Lars she meets Lars, and also Lars loves Leela, and he's like, oh, I've been waiting you for like forever, for like my entire life and stuff like that. Basically saying all this stuff, alluding to the final twist, to the final ending, that Lars is actually the time paradox clone of Fry. Yeah, so, and then like the big reveal, and then Leela realizes Lars the entire time was actually Fry, and that Fry always loved her forever and ever. And yeah, and then they get back together, sort of, but then by the end, the next movie, they break up, and like, yeah, they always have this on and off again dynamic. Yeah, but if you watch the very last episode of season, spoilers, they get back together again, yeah, and they live happily ever after, sort of. Just trapped in time, but yeah. Yeah. And yeah. So that was another twist ending that also made me cry, and right now I didn't really think too much into it, but basically there's also more parallels because there's like lots of crazy plot. You should just watch the movie for yourself. It's way too crazy and long and convoluted to explain, but yeah. And oh, there's a lot, but also there's one. Let me talk about one more thing. Community. I love that show. It made me laugh so much. And also there's one specific episode that also was kind of sad and made me cry, with the part with Abed making the episode with him making a film, and basically he made a dad about how his dad blames him for his mom divorcing and leaving them, and then his dad is like crying and stuff like, I never said I blamed you for the divorce, for your mom leaving you. And Abed's like, you never had to. Yeah. And then his dad is like, oh, crying and sad, and then they make up, and then like oh, we're father and son again. So their bond strengthens from that. So yeah. And also, if you ever played, oh wait, that's not comedy. Okay, yeah, I was about to say Final Fantasy X also made me cry at the end with the Titus, and turns out he's a freaking dream, and then he fades away, and then yeah. Anyway, that's irrelevant. So that's pretty much all the time I got for this episode. I went out rambling. I was just gonna talk about like couple comedy movies and stuff like that, but then I went ahead and went in depth and tried to explain why it made me cry. Why were we talking about crying when I'm supposed to be talking about comedies? And oh yeah, there's the movies. The Adam Sandler movies are pretty good, really funny, and specifically Click is definitely my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Again, you can guess the reason, because it made me cry. Because they're like dad fast forwarding through all the time and more time travel. Of course, it's always time traveling. It's like family first, son, family first, and then bam, time travel back into the present, and he learned his lesson. Yeah, very sad stuff. Anyway, so that's all the time I got for this episode. So hopefully everyone's enjoying this series. If you like or dislike this video, be sure to let me know down below. Subscribe if you have not already. Rate, comment, tell me what you think. What kind of comedy movies you like? Oh, Zombieland was really funny, even though there's no sad parts in it. Oh, actually, there was a sad part where he talks about his, what is this? Yeah, he talks about his son. Yeah, Tallahassee. Yeah. Anyway, so what do you think? What kind of comedy movies do you like? What kind of comedy TV shows or whatever, cartoons, anime, etc. Yeah. Let's consider supporting me on Patreon if you enjoy watching my videos. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.